want to show you how to load the black powder cannon. This is a 50mm cannon, which is roughly a little bit smaller than a golf ball. A golf ball won't quite fit in here, but this is how we're going to load it. So if you can kind of walk around over here a little bit so you can kind of see both sides. The number one thing you don't want to forget is putting the fuse in. If you load the cannon without the fuse, you're going to be in big trouble because there's not going to be any way to get it out. So you load the fuse and you just be nice and generous, shove it all the way to the bottom. If we waste a little bit, that's okay. Then the next step is to take the black powder. Now this is the black powder that I'm using, and I always pour it into a cup so that I know exactly how much I'm getting. And there's a little bit of approximation here, and every cannon is different, so you definitely need to exercise a little bit of caution there when you're loading it. And this is stuck just a little bit. There we go. Now I typically use about a film canister and a half is kind of what my gauge is. Now, every cannon is different, and I really do not quote me on how much gunpowder to use because that can be very, very dangerous. It's a fine line between a pipe bomb and a cannon. So right here is what I got, and you can see it's about a film canister and a half. I can do about 3 film canisters out of this if I am pushing it. So there's a few tricks to doing this. The way I always do it, I flip the cannon straight completely up before I pour the powder in here. Now my wick and my fuse is already in there. And then you want to use really light paper. I really like phone book type material because it works out absolutely perfect. And then you always have a ramrod. I just use some kind of stick of wood. And the first one you want to kind of put nice and gently all the way down to the bottom. And then you start packing it in nice and tight. So I did about 3 sheets there in the beginning. And I'm going to follow it up with another 4 sheets. And then nice and down. And really ram it in there like that. Now from this point I'm not too worried about it moving. So I can put the cannon back in position here. And it's all about shoving this thing with a lot of paper at this point. Now the more paper you put in here, the more boom it has. So you just want to keep going. The harder it's packed, the more boom. Because basically what the sound of the cannon is the explosion, but it's also pushing the paper out of here. So the better job you do here at this step and the longer you take, the better you'll have. And that's how you load a cannon. Now I'm not anywhere close to being done here. I'm going to add a whole bunch more paper, maybe even 50 more sheets of paper in here and ram it in there. It'll take me about 5 minutes to do it. But that's how you load a cannon. Thanks for watching.